Alright guys, so this is going to be a little bit longer video, but it's something that I really am excited to get out here because it's something that I personally have done. If you've known me for more than the last year and a half, 2 years, you've seen this transformation. You've seen my life change. You've seen a lot of things change, and I'm excited to kind of explain it, and then hopefully, if one person watches this and their day is better or they implement some of these things, and then it's worked, right? So the first thing is to even look at this and to watch this video, you have to have some level of humility. You have to understand that I'm not perfect, you're not perfect, and we're all trying to work and improve and grow. But there's some time-tested things and some things that are going to separate those that move towards success and move away from success. And that could be in any endeavor, right? Obviously in the gym we look at it with training and health and fitness. Right, that's a great place to start. But you could also apply it to relationships. You could also apply it to running businesses. You could apply it to finances. You could apply it to academics. You could apply it to so many different things. So these principles you could overlay onto whatever you're currently working on. And again, I want to take some time and kind of go over them. Right, so the first one is we want to look at the routines, rituals, and habits that we have. What you do on a daily basis or what you don't do on a daily basis is absolutely going to drive you further or closer to success. So what do I mean by that, right? So successful individuals, they do more reading, they do more journaling, they do things like positive affirmations. These are all things that stimulate your brain and make you think and make you grow, right? And then as we go further from success, we've got watching television, right? So you could be reading, you could be actually looking in a paper book and making your brain work, or you could sit on the couch and watch the TV. And I'm not saying that watching TV, you should never do it, but if it's 99% TV and you haven't cracked a book in years, you're missing out, right? Then we've got journaling, right? Some self-reflection, some writing down some goals, some things you're working towards, maybe practicing being grateful, right? So as we drive towards success, the more we journal or we start journaling is going to drive that. Opposite of that would be sitting there and scrolling through social media nonstop, right? That's such a failing endeavor to sit there and compare yourself and spend minutes or hours just scrolling through social media when you could be practicing this. The positive daily affirmations. This is a huge one. Each day I have a journal, and in the back of that journal I read off it's a full page of things that I want for myself and I want for my family, and things that I want for this business and the things that I want to achieve. And every day I read that and I believe it and it leads me towards doing it. And I've seen it. It works. On the negative side, if you sit there and you tell yourself this story of, I can't do it, I'm never going to be in shape, I'm never going to be financially successful, I'm never going to have a great relationship, then I can almost guarantee you that that's what's going to happen, right? So if you listen to that story, that's the story you're going to live out. So you have to break that, right? Start doing the positive daily affirmations. So your routines and your rituals will absolutely define you. Coming down, right below that, personal responsibility, right? This is a big one. Do you take on the personal responsibility, right? The successful people that I know, that I look up to, that I've watched, that I've studied, they accept responsibility for everything, right? Then again, we look at the other side of the spectrum. It's somebody else's fault. The reason why I didn't get ahead was because of my boss or this person or that person, right? So you can very easily see that. The successful person is taking that responsibility for everything underneath the sun. There's a way that they could have done it better. There's some way that they are responsible for it versus the non-successful person shirking off their responsibility. It's always somebody else's fault. There's always a scapegoat. There's something else there. Goals and desires, right? There's a great saying that if you don't have a goal, any road will get you there, right? If you look at successful people, they have goals and they have desires. I have goals and I have desires. The goal and the plan is you need to formulate a plan, and then I'll move out of the way. Personally takes action, right? So if I say I want to accomplish task A, I need to formulate a plan, and I need to take action. On the other side, we've got, oh, I really hope, I really wish this is going to happen to me. I really wish my relationship would get better. I really wish my fitness and my health would be so much better, or my finances would be so much better. I really hope and I wish, and I really think that somebody else will come along, some politician or somebody, my parents, my brother, my sister. You're putting the reliance on somebody else. when the successful person has that plan and they personally take accountability and they personally take action. So again, everybody's got goals and desires. The difference is hoping and wishing versus formulating a plan and taking action. The last one I'll touch on, I think, is another huge dividing point between the successful and people that are maybe less successful, is challenge and discomfort. I say this all the time. You guys can tell I'm passionate about this because, like I said, these are all things that I've gone through and I know they work, right? Challenge and discomfort. The more successful person is out there, they're looking for new challenges. I'm not saying that they're seeking pain or discomfort, but they're not afraid of it. They're not afraid to take a risk. They're not afraid to try something they're not good at. They're not afraid to fail. They're not afraid to try. Where on this side, the people that are not so successful, they're afraid to fail. They're afraid to do something they're not perfect at. What if somebody looks at them and they mess up? And that is a horrible, horrible place to get at, where you don't take any action because you're paralyzed by fear and you don't want to do anything that's uncomfortable, whether that be physically uncomfortable in the gym or an uncomfortable conversation that you need to have, or you just put that stuff and you bury it to the side. And again, we look at people that are very successful in business, in finance, in relationships, in the gym, in academics. They look at the challenge and they tackle it head on, and then they look for the next challenge, right? So guys, I know this is a little bit longer, but this is really important stuff for anything, right? We talked about you could use this with your nutrition and your fitness and use it inside the gym. You could use this outside of the gym, probably more than inside the gym. You could use it with planning where you want to be in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years, and leading a good, fulfilling, successful life. We look at all of these things, and that leads us to stagnation, depression, distress, despair. None of that sounds really good. We look at this side, and it leads to growth and improvement and happiness. But the big, big difference is this. All of these are easy. It's easy to watch TV. It's easy to scroll through social media. It's easy to get that negative voice in your head. It's easy to blame other people. It's easy to hope and wish for somebody to come along and save you. It's easy to avoid things that are difficult. All of these easy things lead to a shitty life. All of these are harder. They're way harder. It's way harder to read. That's why a lot of people don't do it. It's difficult to journal. It's hard to have that positive daily affirmation in your head. Accepting all personal responsibility is super hard. That means you have to burden all the responsibility. Coming up with plans and taking action is not easy. You see where I'm going. All of this is way harder. But that's what makes people successful, is that they're not afraid of the hard work. So again, guys, like I said, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're taking something from it. I hope you can tell that I actually really, really care about this subject. And if one person, this rings a bell, it sparks something in them, then awesome. Have a great day, and I'd love to see your comments below.